Welcome to the latest episode of What Boston Jimmie Reviews here on Stogie Press. Today, I want to talk about something really special. This is the Rabbit Air minus A2. Now, you might ask, what is a Rabbit Air minus A2? It's a bioengineered HEPA filtration ultra quiet air purifier. And this device I've been testing for well over a month now here in the Stogie Press lounge. You can see it hanging on the wall here. I'm going to take it off that wall in a moment. You can see how easy it is to install. We're going to take it apart and I'm going to show you how it works. So, with that, let me go over and take this off the wall for a second. Bear with me. This is relatively easy. So, I'm going to turn the power off. Just hold the button in, turn the power off. Take this, and it just comes right off the wall. I'll lay it right here for a second. This is the mounting bracket. We'll get into more detail on that in a little bit. Now I'm going to take this here device, we're going to bring it over, and we're going to tear it apart. I'm going to show you what's inside of this. So, here we go. Okay, so I've got the Rabbit Air minus A2 sitting here on my table. And one of the things I want to point out about it, you don't have to hang it up. It actually has a base that's installed on it. You just pop this off if you want to hang it on the wall. Very easy to detach. If I was to put that in there are two screws to go in the back. You unscrew the screws, this just pops off and allows you to hang it flush on the wall. But what we're going to talk about today is if you pop this panel right from the bottom, very easily pops off and unlatches off the top, you'll see the filter cabinet. Now that filter cabinet looks rather dirty right now because I've actually been using this for about a week, okay, since I last cleaned the filters. I smoke about 2 to 3 cigars a day in here. I have friends that come over. We had some little mini herfs this week. Couple of people at a time smoking, filling the room, and we'll talk about the performance in a moment. But this filter cabinet, if you pull from the sides right here, just comes easily out like that. And you can see there's the fan. This is the filter cabinet. And this has 6 filters in it. All right. So this is the primary top filter. This is the one that you will clean on a regular basis. You could see how much it's been picking up from in the lounge. You wash this once a week, once every 2 weeks, vacuum it out, just keep that clean. The next one is a pre-filter. So, I mean, it's even getting a little dark in the back, but this is the second stage filter. And that second stage filter, you can see it's picking up a lot of dirt, smoke, dust, what's coming out of the lounge. The next one is the HEPA filter. So this one, I'm going to turn this around for a second. So you see, that's kind of how it looked when I first got it. But you can see what's been going on over the last month. So it's been doing one heck of a job pulling out all kinds of pollutants from the air here in the Stogie Press lounge. Then you've got what is called as a specialty filter, and in this case it's an odor filter. So this is actually got some carbon embodied in it, and this is used to absorb a lot of the odors. Again, we'll talk about odors in a little bit, how it performs, but this is the odor filter. And then there's the standard charcoal filter, activated charcoal filter, and you can see right in here there's all this activated charcoal. And these filters are expected to last about a year. So for 1 year, you shouldn't have to do much. We'll see what this looks like in 6 months, because there's a lot. There's a lot of cigar smoke in this lounge throughout the day, throughout the week. So 330 square feet of space we have. So each one of these, what's nice is I like the way this is designed. I'm an engineer, and I really like the quality, not only in the product, but in the design, the maintenance, the ease of maintenance, how easy this popped out. You could see on every filter, it'll tell you front. So you can't be confused and put it backwards unless you cannot read that. So you put these in. The first one is the activated charcoal. Then you take this, it says front, see, and then we put in the odor filter. And then if you take the HEPA filter, you'll see it's labeled front, and you put that. Of course, the reason why that is because if you don't put these in the right way, then it gets clogged. So you just drop this right in there, and there's the HEPA filter, okay? And then there's second stage filter, and you can see it says front, and that goes right there. You'll see it's got little indents on the side, okay? And then lastly, there is the primary filter, the first stage, which is the one you'll always clean. And this just all snaps right in, okay, to hold this in place. And when you're done, there it is. And then you take this, and you very easily can put it right back in here and put the cover back on. And the cover, you can see, by the way, in case you're confused, on the back of the cover, it tells you everything I just said, right? Washable pre-filter, HEPA filter, charcoal-based activated carbon filter, filter case, odor filter, customized filter, all described right there. And when you order new filters, you're going to get a complete package of everything that's in here except for the washable pre-filter. So once a year, you'll have to order that. Very easy to clean. Brush, wash, vacuum, all right? And this right here on the side will explain knowing your customized filter. So if you're ever confused about what filter it has, there are colors of the content of the filter to make it easy for you to understand. This right here, this cover, just snaps right at the top. You just hang it. There are magnets on the bottom, and it snaps right in. And then we're gonna go over and show you how to hang it now. But before we do that, let me just show you a few things. On here, there is a control panel. There is the on-off button. You push that button in, you hold it in, the whole thing's gonna light up when we plug it in on the wall. There are different speeds. We'll talk about the speeds. It goes everywhere from an auto, which it detects what it wants to do and how fast it wants to run the fan, all the way up to turbo mode. I generally use turbo mode manual here in the lounge when it gets smoky. And there is also a control of this mood light, and there is a wireless control, which you can actually control this from your phone, which is actually pretty amazing. Although I haven't set that up, I have to be honest. That could be a secondary review, but I haven't set that part of it up. And it also has an air quality indicator. All right, so over here there's an air quality indicator, and on this side of the device, all right, this little, let me just open this right here. If you pop this open, okay, so this is a particle sensor right in here, and you got to clean this out once in a while with a Q-tip. About every 2 months they recommend cleaning it, and this is what's detecting what's going on in the air. And when it detects something, the air quality indicator down here will turn from blue to purple to red. And when it's red, it means there's a lot of pollutants in the air. When I'm smoking in the lounge, that's going to be red. And I'll show you that when I get it all back up and installed. We'll start smoking some cigars here and see what happens. The last thing is that there is it provides a negative ion. You could set the negative ion on, and negative ions are good because it drops everything to the floor, keeps it runs just like these ionization machines, so it has that built into it also. Overall, beautiful construction, aesthetically pleasing when it hangs on the wall. I love the mood light when it lights up. So let's go over and hang this on the wall and see what happens. Okay, so here we are again. I'm going to talk about mounting. This is the mounting bracket. This comes with the device, so everything you need to run this is in the box that I showed you earlier. This right here is a beautiful, simple mounting bracket. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws in here. You could put more. If you want a beam, they do have a nice spacing at 16 inches on center, so they're smart about that. So the engineering that went into this makes a lot of sense. On the back of the -A2, there are 2 slots right here, and those will hook right onto here. It's that simple to install. Once you put, and I would recommend putting more than just 2 screws in. It's not that this thing is overly heavy. You can see I can pick it up with one hand, not so bad. But it's good to have multiple screws in here just in case. And I use good mollies in the back of it. So coming through here, all you do is you take this. Okay, now that we have it hung up, all we need to do is plug it in, simple socket, and hit the on button. It'll register. You can see right here it is blue, and the blue means that it's fairly clean in this lounge. I can tell you in a few moments when I light up a cigar, you're going to see that start to change color. As a matter of fact, it's picking up a little purple right now because there is a lot of dust moving things around in here. You can see the lights already set up right here. It's set on low. If I push this button right here, I can put it on auto, and the auto will figure out when to turn it on and how to cycle it. Okay. Now, it also comes with this little small remote control, also in the box. Everything's in the box. And this allows you to turn it on and off. It allows you to control the ionization. It allows you to control the speed. It allows you to control the mood lighting. Okay. And by the way, I've seen some of these that actually have beautiful addition panels that can make kind of an artwork looking front panels, so you can customize this if I understand correctly. So there you go. That's actually on turbo right now. So I'm not sure if you can hear that in the video. That's the highest speed. That's probably the most noisiest it's ever going to be. If I turn it on down to, this is going to be high, then you got a medium, a low, and we're going to put it on auto. And then of course turning the ion on and off. So, cool little device. I always keep it on my desk so I don't have to go up here and always hit the buttons, but it's pretty simple. I could sit over on the bar and control the action of the device. So there you go. That's the Rabbit Air minus A2. Air, you're going to see the next demonstration we're going to do is fire up a cigar, and you're going to see how the smoke is going to bellow into the bottom and the sides right here. And the very top here is where the back where the fan is where it's going to blow out all the clean smoke. You're not going to see any smoke blowing out of the top of this thing. It's going to be absolute clean air. So it's going to be sucking that smoke right in here and blowing it out. Okay, welcome back. So now we're at the final segment. We've got the Rabbit Air minus A2 hanging on the wall. It's plugged in, it's energized, and now we're going to talk about performance of it. I decided to smoke a Cayaba cigar from Juan Nunez, a good friend of mine down in Miami. This is going to produce some smoke anyway, so that's what we want. I want a good smoky cigar, and we're going to see what happens right here with the Rabbit Air. Now, sitting behind me, watch that. That is going to turn red. It's going to pick it up. It's on an auto mode. Give it a moment. And sit back and enjoy. And when it does detect the odor and the pollutants, it's actually going to start to adjust the fan speed. And then it's at that point we want to test how it sucks the smoke in. So you see, it's now red. Now it's only a matter of time before it's going to start to adjust the speed. So what we're going to do right here, because I sit here, this is the smokiest part of the house. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to blow some smoke in there. I'm going to put this on an auto mode. And you can see the auto mode's already detected it's going to go pretty much to high. So now the fan's starting to spin up. If you manually set this, like I had, it was manually set to be on silent mode. So even though it detected it, it wasn't going to adjust the fan. You hit the auto mode, it already knew that there was pollutants, and it already adjusted itself to high. Now, at the high speed mode, you're going to see how the smoke, right here, the smoke is moving into the bottom and moved around the top, sides I should say. Now, I'm going to adjust this. I put this on turbo. Now the turbo mode is the fastest mode of the fan. It's going to produce the most suction through the front of the device. And you want that when you're actually smoking in your room, in your office, in your lounge. And you can hear that spin up now. You probably can hear that. So now, you can see how it's going right into the sides, right into the bottom. And I come over here, watch the smoke. It's being brought in. See, it's being brought into the top also. Even though there's air blowing out of the back of this, the suction's still bringing in on all four sides, sucking in the air. Now, that's pretty good. And I can tell you, with 2 people in here smoking the other day, this lounge gets cleaned very nicely from a smoke perspective. From an odor perspective, cigars have sometimes a lot of odor, especially to the non-trained nose who doesn't appreciate fine cigars. That odor does linger for a while. If I smoke a cigar here, spend an hour and a half, smoke a cigar, go back into the house, go out, do something, come back in, even though this is running, I can still smell some of that odor, and that's my nose. My wife, she actually could smell it more. But this runs 24/7. So basically I put it on an auto mode at night, it'll just run, and it'll filtrate the air, and in the morning when I come out here, so my last cigar is about maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night is when I finish something. So this room has a significant amount of smoke that's filtered throughout the day. The next morning at 7 o'clock, about 8 to 7 hours, there is hardly any odor, if at all, in this room. So this does a really good job over time, filtering, circulating the air, doing what it has to do. If you're expecting a device that you can just sit down, suck the smoke in, and have absolutely everything clean, precise, there's no such thing in the market. It takes time to filter through the air because smoke permeates, odors permeate, and this will work on bringing all that odor out over that period of time. So what do I say about the Rabbit Air minus A2? I say it gets 2 thumbs up. I think this is a terrific device. I think anybody that has a cigar, a man cave or a cigar lounge like this, an office in their, or an office in their house where they want to close the door and just enjoy a cigar and run this, I think this is well worth the investment. We'll talk, you could see at the bottom of this review, you'll see, I'll give you the information about the pricing that's out there on it, and we'll talk about the different models. This is the high-end model. Again, like I said, there is also, for this particular model, they have panels you can buy. This panel is customizable, so you can put artwork, have artwork on it, kids things. This is not just for cigar smokers. This is for people that just don't like odors in their house. So there's a lot of different covers that you can get for it. So top-notch engineering, A+ engineering, A+ maintenance capability. I give it an A to A+ for sucking the smoke out as I'm smoking, and I'm going to give it a B on odor right now, mainly because it takes time for that odor to filter through. But without having reviewed another one, I can tell you this does a damn good job. So if you're at the IPCPCR this year in July, I highly recommend, if you're in the market for such a device, go visit Rabbit Air at their booth. This is Boston Jimmie, out, Stogie Press, peace, and I'm going to go finish this cigar and enjoy my Rabbit Air.